So today's Friday, and as we all know, Fridays are for testing, and today I'll be testing the cold steel broad tip razor dart. In the previous video I tested the cold steel Big Bore Blowgun along with the bamboo darts and the stun darts and the normal broad tip darts. You can see the difference in size between the broad tip and the broad tip razor darts. They're a lot longer, and they have a lot sharper tip and a more prominent tip. You can see on the tip here it is quite sharp. On the normal ones, they're not a razor edge, but they're still quite sharp. What I actually did, I used a knife sharpener to sharpen the tip here, so to give it an extra bit of edge when it hits the target. In my previous video I mentioned the bamboo ones are quite good. I find that they're quite accurate, but when you're hitting a hard target, the tip does break. The stun darts I didn't really use that much because when they hit something they just bounce off and they're difficult to find. And I've been using the broad tip quite a lot, and I've been doing a lot of testing and a lot of playing around with it, but I'm excited to see how the razor darts are going to work. So in Germany and some other European countries, hunting with such devices is not allowed, it's not permitted. I'm not going to be using it for hunting. I'm probably going to be using it for shooting trees and targets that I make. But these broad tips, the razor broad tip is actually made for hunting, and people use it for hunting. And you can see when it hits its target, just be careful of this, it goes into the target and the tip comes off. And even if it's sticking out, it's quite difficult to pull out of the target because of the shape of the tip. I've been playing around inside. It's winter and it's quite cold outside, so it has been raining, so I haven't really spent much time outside. But I've been playing inside. You can see over here I have this butternut has succumbed to my testing. Over here you can see we have the broad tip. It's inked quite deep. Oh no, this is the razor one, and it makes a big cut in there. Yeah, there's no real damage to the dart. The normal broad tip made a smaller hole, and yeah, the dart's also fine. And let me try get that. So you can see, let's put that there. This is the bamboo one. It didn't really get damaged. The tip is a bit blunt. I can just sharpen that again. I really like these, but for hitting hard targets, it's not really worthwhile. We can maybe give it a go with this pumpkin, see what happened here. Yeah. So the broad tip comes, the razor broad tip comes out pretty easy, and I'm going to have to get the normal broad tip out with a pair of pliers, and the bamboo is pretty stuck in there, and I'll take that out afterwards. So I'll probably be making pumpkin soup with that and butternut soup, and while I get through the cold winter and prepare and make up ideas on what I'm going to shoot next. So with the Big Bore Blowgun, I got this book, so I thought I'd use it for my testing. You can see the razor tip has gone right through, and so has the normal broad tip. Obviously the razor's gone a little bit deeper because it's a pointed dart, but the bamboo, you can see the tip is damaged and it didn't go all the way through. If I pull this out, it comes out pretty easily, and the razor tip didn't go all the way through, so it will come out quite easily, and yeah, there's no damage to it. I was testing on a box, and the dart went through the box, and when I tried to pull it out, I was trying to get through the box, and I cut my finger, so that's why I've got the band-aid. But like I said, they are really sharp, and you can sharpen them like I did with this one, and just to give it an extra edge. So if you open the book, you can see it went right pretty deep into the book. The book's quite thick. I did test with some harder targets, and you can see that the tip is bent on this one, and the cone broke off at the back, but maybe that's just part of my aiming. I hit it at a funny angle, but I'll be testing that. So I'll also be going out into the woods and testing on the same tree that I tested previously, and see what the difference between the normal broad tip and the razor broad tip, and how it will be different when hitting my target. Like I said, hard targets are not ideal for these sort of darts. I think they're made more to go through flesh. I did buy some steak to test it on, but I wasn't as patient as I was with the butternut, so I ended up eating the steak. So I didn't get a chance to test it on that. But I think when I tested outside on the tree from about 15-20 meters, it should do some damage to the tree, or not damage to the tree, but should go in quite deep, and it should be a lot of fun. But let's give that a try. So we've had some bad weather, but today it's cleared up a bit. We had a bit of snow, but it's still raining a bit, so I'm going to try to do some testing. I have my broad tip razor darts here, as well as the normal broad tip, and I'm back in the same spot, so I'm going to be testing it on this tree. Let's give it a go. So I've tested 5 of each. My hands are a bit cold, it's about -5 degrees, and it's starting to get wet with the rain. So I don't think I'm going to be testing anymore, but you can see with this one over here, that's slightly bent. This is the razor broad tip. It didn't go that deep in, it went about under half a centimeter. The tree is quite thick, and the surface is uneven, so this is probably why. But these broad tip darts are not really designed to hit hard surfaces. The same with the bamboo ones, they're mainly meant for animals. Here's another one I tested. You can see it's slightly bent, it's curved at the top here. This one's more bent, you can see. I think this is not from the impact, but more from trying to get it out of the tree, because my hands are a bit numb. Like I said, it's really cold. It's about -5 degrees, so it's really difficult. The normal broad tip, they didn't really get damaged. They're bent a bit, but they have a better impact or a better result when hitting hard surfaces. So I will use these for most of my target practice because they don't really get damaged. If I have softer targets like my pumpkin or my butternut, I'll maybe use these ones. But I think for better results with harder surfaces, you can use the narrow broad tip, the standard ones. I think I'm going to pack up here. It's getting really cold and it's starting to rain, so I think I'm going to head back home. Still got a bit of a way to go, so let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.